Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Cobra here. I'm going to do a quick mini lesson on adding mixed numbers. So I'm going to start with showing you an example with one of my favorite snacks, Fudge Stripes. Have you guys had these cookies before? I just love them. But the thing is, sometimes when they're in our backpacks and stuff, they get crushed up into pieces and they break. So I have an open bag over here. And I took a few out that I was going to eat. I took one cookie, two cookies, and then these pieces were broken into halves. I took one half, two halves. That was my first handful of cookies I wanted to eat. So again, that was two whole cookies and two halves. And then Miss Cobra was still hungry, so she took another one cookie, two cookies, oh, wrong way, two cookies. And my last piece was broken, so I had another half of a cookie. So if I want to know how many cookies I had all together, remember the word all together means we're putting them together. We should be adding, I'm going to point down to my cookies over here. I know that I'm going to count my holes first. One hole, two holes, three holes, four holes. So that's four cookies. And then I know that my two halves here make one whole. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whole cookies and a half of a cookie. So when I added them, just to recap what I just said, when I added them, I added my whole numbers first, and then I added my fractions. And I put my fractions into wholes. So we're going to do the same thing with models. I have a model drawn for you right here. So we're going to try and figure out what these models show in mixed numbers. So my first model, I see one hole, two holes, and this is part of a whole. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 out of 4 parts. So my first mixed number I know is 2 holes and 1/4 of a whole. My next one I have 1, 2, 3 holes and 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 out of 4, 2/4. So this one is 2 holes and 2/4. So remember, I add my whole numbers with my whole numbers and my fractions with my fractions. So I'll start with whole numbers again. 2 plus 2 I know is 4. And when I add my fractional pieces, I have 1/4 plus 2/4. The denominator does not change because the size of the piece is 1/4. So they're all fourths. And we have 1, 2, 3, 3/4. So when we add this, 2 and 1/4 plus 2 and 2/4 equals 4 and 3/4. I have another example. This model, again, we're going to use mixed numbers. I see that each piece is broken into parts, but since it's all filled in, I know it represents one whole. So here's 1, 2, 3 holes, 4 holes, and then this is a fraction. So I know I have 4 holes and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 equal pieces. So I know that the fraction that has the denominator of 6, only one of those 6 is shaded. And so I'm going to say 1/6. So my first model is 4 and 1/6. My second model, I have 1 hole, 2 holes. So I know I have 2 holes. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 again. And 1, 2, 2 out of 6 pieces are shaded in. So when I add them, 1/6 plus 2/6 gives me 3/6. And 4 plus 2 gives me 6. So altogether, that's 6 holes and 3/6. And I bet some of you are thinking, oh, we can simplify that. Because we know 3 is half of 6. So we know that's equivalent to 6 and 1/2. I'm going to do another one without models this time, just number sentences. So here we have 2 and 4/8 plus 2 and 2/8. So again, I'm going to add my whole numbers first. 2 plus 2 is 4. Then I'm going to add my fractions together. 4/8 plus 2/8 is 6/8. So 4 holes and 6/8. And then down here, I have 3 holes plus 2 holes, which is 3 plus 2 is 5. And then 2/5 plus 2/5 would give me 4/5. So remember, I add my whole numbers with my whole numbers and my fractions with my fractions. That's how I get the sum of mixed numbers. Okay, that's your lesson for today, boys and girls. Make sure that you also watched the task video and that you go on to your Google Classroom, complete your assignment, and then I have a Google Meet at 1 o'clock. If you want to do a live lesson with me, you definitely should come on in. And make sure you go onto your social studies page, your science, and your English language arts page to complete your work. Also, make sure you head to your Encores and get all that work complete, okay? Have a good day, everyone.